The Wolves Den is being brought to you by Better Edge, a really fun social betting site that gives you the edge back to the bettors with no sports betting fees. Create an account and use a code BBS for $20 on your first order. Play the game without getting played at betteredge.com.
What's going on, everybody? Vince Wright, the sports governor, and I'm here back on the Beer Belly Sports Network, and this is the Wolves Den. So the Wolves Den is going to be a quick little synopsis, a couple minutes, no more than 5 minutes of your Timberwolf news coming from yours truly, Vince Wright, the sports governor. And one of the things that me and Matt wanted to do is just kind of give you a quick synopsis of what's happening in Timberwolves land, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we've definitely seen a lot of that so far early in the season here. But just wanted to kind of give you a nice basketball take here. So I appreciate Matt Geffrey for reaching out and allowing me to do that. So with that being said, let's talk Timberwolves. So, one of the things I've been hearing is Karl Anthony Towns whining again, just kind of reverting to all the negative things, all the negative stereotypes that we didn't like about him last year, just looking for fouls, whining and moaning on the floor while meanwhile the play's continuing and he's back here, bitching with the refs. So I'm starting to hear people want to trade Karl Anthony Towns again. And I'm really trying to find the reason to disagree with that. So one of the things I'd like to ask you guys out there and reach out to Matt and us through the show for all you Wolves fans is this. Are you okay with looking to possibly get rid of Karl Anthony Towns? Now, I'm going to be the first to admit I don't know what his max deal, what the payouts would be, and how it all has to line up. But just on the face of it, people are just they're over the Karl Anthony Towns Act. And now that the Minnesota Timberwolves have expectations on them, the pressure is on. Because it's not just making the playoffs. Now it's about making a deep playoff run for the Timberwolves. We're hurting at point guard, D'Angelo. He's hit and miss, literally. Ant-Man has been having some issues early on this season, so I expect him to start playing much better here soon. And Rudy Gobert, we've seen moments of the brilliance, definitely an improvement on the defensive side of the ball, but this team has to start gelling, and that's where the coaching staff comes in. So Chris Finch, crew, get busy because if I told you the Timberwolves have the same record as the Golden State Warriors, you wouldn't believe me, but they actually do. 6-8. So, the Wolves, it's like the Wolves are the Lakers, off to like a 2-10 start. They're not, but we're expecting them to look and play better basketball, and that just hasn't been there on a consistent level yet. So time for the consistency to come back. Time for the that killer instinct that the Wolves had last year. A lot of people talk, well, that's where they missed Patrick Beverley, and I get that. I respect Pat Bev a whole lot. I respect, that alpha dog that he brings to the game, but nobody was really missing Pat Beverley in this trade. But early on, the naysayers of the trade are winning out, so it's time. Minnesota Timberwolves, get it together. Let's get going. I am Vince Wright, the sports governor, and I'm the host of the Sports Done Right podcast. Make sure you check that out as well. And also, I want to give a big thanks to Matty G, as I call him, over at Beer Belly Sports. Great show. We'll talk soon. This has been the Wolves Den with Vince Wright, the sports governor.